from beginning to end. No gimmick, if I rep it, dude, I live it then. And you can't do it, so ain't no need for mimicking. I'm not innocent, I'm on a mission, so let me finish it. Matter of time before they summon the army in. I'm probably on the FBI's most wanted list. I'm probably gonna end up hung like an ornament. I'm on a life mission to abolish all the government.
Look around and tell me what you think, because it's coming down, coming down. Are you listening? Stop and look, this is what I mean. Yeah, it's going down, it's going down. Open your eyes. The state you're in is a state of mind. Freedom disguise. The state you're in is a state of mind.
What's up? What's up? How's it going, guys? We are back with the Liberty Hour here, 5th show. I wanted to thank Royce for being on the show last week. It was very good. He brought some stats in, and we really had a good conversation. I enjoyed it a lot. So I wanted to thank him for being on. I haven't given credit to Backwards for that song, Statism. Very good song. I love that as the intro to my podcast. I haven't given them enough credit the last 3 weeks. I said their name the first week, but I haven't told it in like the last few weeks. But so that's a great song, so check them out, Backwards. Eric July is the leader of that group. I wanted to go ahead and start this off the same way I do every single week, which is give some NBA scores for you guys. So what we have so far today is the Pistons defeated the Grizzlies 104-102. The Wizards defeated the Raptors 122-119. Couple close games there. Timberwolves beat the Bucks 108-89. There's a minute and a half left to go in the Rockets-Spurs game, but the Rockets are up 14, so they'll win that. And the Thunder and Nuggets have just tipped off. Also, some NCAA men's basketball scores for you guys. Top 25. 14th ranked Gonzaga has beaten San Diego 49-40 about halfway through the second half. Number 1 Villanova still only has one loss, 98-78 over Creighton. They're just absolutely blowing teams away. Temple with an upset over the Wichita State Shockers. They shocked the Shockers 81-79 tonight. And those are all the scores for the top 25. We have a couple more that will be coming up here within the next half hour or so. And with that being said, I wanted to go ahead and introduce my guest for the show tonight. His name's Miles Coffey. He graduated a year before I did at Lincoln High. I played golf with him a couple times. He works at Cotta Vadera, and we talk a lot on Facebook and stuff about politics, and he's also a huge sports fan when it comes to football and baseball. So I wanted to go ahead and introduce him. How you doing, Miles?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing good, man. So, yeah, we were talking a little bit before the podcast about this. I know you work at Cotta Vadera, and I know you've played a lot of golf since you graduated. I know you used to be on the baseball team at Lincoln. Do you still play baseball at all? Like, I mean, it doesn't have to be competitively, but do you still play baseball time to time?
Not really. I've mainly spent my time playing golf now. I work at such a nice course that I take advantage of all the time I can out there.
That's what's up. I would too. I mean, yeah. So you've played a lot. I know. What's your handicap?
I actually haven't paid for a new one or to continue my NCGA this year yet, but when I left it off last year, I was a 4.2 or something like that index.
That's what's up. Yeah, that's awesome. Work in Cotta Vadera. Yes, he does. I'm already getting some comments in for the show. No, that's great. Yeah. So, what are some, besides Cotta Vadera, what are some other of your favorite courses to play around the area?
As crappy as it can be sometimes, I'm actually a really big fan of Turkey Creek. It's a fun little course. I also like Lincoln Hills. It's always in really nice shape. It's a really easy course, but it's always kept up really nice, so I like playing there.
Do you like the hillside or the orchard side better?
I like the hillside better.
Yeah, you could really get low scores on that course. I mean, you could. Yeah. It starts with the first hole. You could drive that green.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I hit it once, and I know I've seen people hit it with 3-wood before. I mean, it's crazy. Like, they start you off with such an easy hole, and it kind of sets up for the rest of that course. There's a couple of more difficult holes on the back, but overall, I mean, it's pretty straightforward. I've never actually played COD. I got to get out there because it seems like such a nice course, and I got to get out there to play. How much does it usually cost to go out there and play?
To come out around, I think it's noon to 3 is like 65, and then I think maybe 3 to 4. There's only like an hour window that it might be cheaper.
Okay.
But yeah, I think it's 65 bucks.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, I'd love to come check that course out because I drive by it all the time, and it looks extremely nice. I mean, for sure.
Yeah, I mean, I could probably get you out there for free because everyone that works in the shop's pretty cool. But if not, it'd be 30 bucks. So even
Well, regardless, I like that.
yeah, exactly.
So with that being all said, let's go ahead and get into our first issue here. So me and Royce talked about this last week because the championship games were all done. So we reviewed the championship games and then gave our Super Bowl predictions. And so that's kind of what I want to do here again is give some Super Bowl predictions since everything's kind of been updated now, and the Super Bowl is only 3 days away. So last week the game lines were Patriots by 5. And now it's Patriots by 4 is the game line. Gronk is going to play. He's going to be healthy after that concussion that he suffered in the Jaguars game. So I'm looking at injuries here, and I'm not seeing anything that seems to be too big. But right now it is a 4-point advantage, Patriots. So I wanted to go ahead and start with you, Miles. So I know you're a Patriots fan, but what are you expecting to see from this game? What do you think will be the score, and then what are you expecting to see from both sides of the ball?
A final score, I'm going to say probably 35-28 favoring the Patriots.
Okay.
I think the Eagles are going to come out really strong because every team that's come out really strong against the Patriots so far has put up points pretty quickly. The Patriots, if they can keep their defense up, that's the only question mark in my mind, really, is their defense. But with everybody healthy, I think it should be a pretty good game. I think people are kind of overlooking the Eagles a little bit, but they're a damn good team, and Zach Ertz is the same caliber tight end that Gronk is.
Yeah, I mean, he's definitely shown that in the postseason for sure. And I was telling Royce about this last week. I really cannot believe how well Nick Foles has played in these playoffs. He's had it coming, man. He's like been reborn.
Yeah, I mean, he's no slouch. That's for sure. He's pretty damn good.
Yeah, because I mean, after a couple seasons ago, I mean, I doubted him for sure, and he's definitely answered the call with Wentz being out.
Yeah, he's stepped up in a big way.
Yeah, that's for sure. I mean, he has been killing it. I mean, it's been pretty surprising. So I did not go back and look at the prediction from last week. I actually I forgot what I said, but I do have my own prediction for the game. So I think it's going to be an extremely close game. What's just amazing, and I was telling Royce about this also as well, if the Patriots win this game, Brady will be tied with any franchise all time with Super Bowl rings. He literally himself will be tied with the Steelers amount, which is crazy. He's still got like 3-4 years in the league probably if he stays healthy. And he can literally, by the time he's done, have a ring on every finger of both hands. And that's what's insane. I don't want to see a blowout, and I don't think it will be. I think Nick Foles will come to play for sure, but I don't know if he's going to be able to handle himself in such a big game. But I mean, hey, you never know. I mean, that's the thing. I'm going to say 28-24 Patriots. I think it's going to be a really close game, but I mean, I think that the Patriots are just going to wear them out. I think that your guys' offense is going to wear out that defense, who's been playing phenomenal, by the way, in playoffs and all season long, to be fair to them. But it's not a matter of I think they'll get just slammed or beat. I think that they're just going to get tired out with that Patriots offense. You guys have so many weapons, and I just don't see you guys losing that game personally. But I mean, so I actually have the game line. There are some people who do have the Eagles. So CBS Sports wrote a whole article on why here's the Eagles will beat the Patriots on Sunday, and I read it, and I don't necessarily agree with it. I think that you guys will go in there and take care of business, but I could definitely see the Eagles going in there and winning. I don't know how much of an upset it would be, but I could see it happening, but I just don't see you guys, blowing anything in that game. I think you guys are going to be ready to play as always.
Yeah, I don't know. Unless something major goes wrong and Brady goes down or one of the receivers goes down. I mean, even if one of the receivers goes down, there's still enough weapons. But I mean, I think the only thing that's really going to stop the Patriots from winning is if Brady goes down.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing is, even if Brady doesn't play to his full potential in the game, you guys in the last 12 weeks of the season and throughout the playoffs so far, you guys have given up the least amount of touchdowns to teams since week 4. And that's something that is being overlooked. I don't think a lot of people are really talking about the Patriots defense when it comes to this game. A lot of people are focusing on both of the offenses out there on both sides of the ball. And personally, I think that really people need to understand that the Patriots defense is no joke.
Yeah. I think the reason they're getting so overlooked is because the first few weeks they started out so slow. They didn't look very good. They were injured, and they started to get slept on. And then now that the Patriots offense is rolling so hard, no one wants to talk about the defense, and no one really sees the need to.
Right. And even with how good both defenses are, I just think I still see a lot of points being up there on the board, for sure. I still see, I don't see it being like a 14-10 game or anything like that. I think it's going to be a high-scoring game like we see a lot of Super Bowls. I just think that you guys are going to wear them out. I think that's the only thing that's going to have you guys be the decider to win that game. I think you guys will just wear them out.
Yeah, definitely. I think that's what it's going to come down to. I don't think we're just going to sit there and blow them out or they'll blow us out. It'll be a good game. It's just who's going to be tired quickest. And if Brady and Belichick run that hurry up offense and keep the defense on the field, they're just going to run them ragged. Yeah,
for sure. Okay, cool. So we both have our predictions for that. We both say Patriots. Real quick, and one thing I actually did want to talk about in this podcast, and we can touch on it. So there was a story that came out this morning about possibly at the end of this season, LeBron, since he's going to be a free agent, he is going to be looking at deals, and one of them, people said that he's going to be looking at the Warriors, and that's been big report today. He said he would listen to the Warriors in free agency. Personally, I couldn't see him going there as a Warrior fan, or just knowing LeBron's legacy. That would destroy his legacy, in my opinion, if he went to the Warriors, even if he wins a couple titles with them. I personally think it's just being blown completely out of proportion. But what do you think? Do you think LeBron would go to the Warriors in free agency? Or where could you see him going? Do you think he would stay with the Cavs? What do you think is going to happen in the offseason when it comes to LeBron?
I don't think he'll go to the Warriors. If he wants to preserve his legacy and continue to be known as the best in the world without the team, all the LeBron arguers want to say he doesn't have a team or whatever, and he's carrying the team, that would tarnish any of that. If he does, I'm going to personally start a petition to dismantle the NBA because the Warriors would just be a code.
And see, yeah, you're right.
It wouldn't even be fair. There wouldn't be any competition. It'd just be who's trying to take down the Warriors or who's beating the Warriors or who's going to lose to the Warriors every year in the finals.
Right. And the thing is, Stephen A. was talking about this morning. That would literally be the weakest thing an athlete ever did in any sport, And you're right. I mean, I'm a Warrior fan. I don't know how much I could be a fan of the Warriors if he went over there. And I like LeBron, but it's just a matter of the competitive aspect of the game. And that's the problem. So we are done with part 1 here, guys. I'm going to get part 2 going with you guys here in one sec. So stay tuned.